Jesse and Erin were sitting in a small dinghy, each holding on to a fishing rod. Their Uncle Wayne wound up his fishing line and recast it, waiting for a tug that would tell him a fish had taken the bait. The twins loved their uncle. He liked to play practical jokes and tell stories about their dad when he and Uncle Wayne were boys. His favourite hobby was fishing. "Someday," he'd say, "I'm gonna catch the big one." The twins weren't exactly sure what the big one was, but Uncle Wayne assured them that when he caught it, they'd see his photo on the front page of the Sunshine Cove newspaper. Jesse, who didn't like fishing as much as his uncle, was feeling a bit bored. "I was woken up last night," he said. "Shh," said Uncle Wayne. "Not so loud. You'll scare the fish away." "Sorry," said Jesse. "The lighthouse woke me up last night." "What?" said Uncle Wayne. "The lighthouse came over to your grandma's house and shook you awake?" "No," laughed Erin. "He means the light from the lighthouse shone on his face and woke him up." "Are you sure that's what he means? I need to know, because a lighthouse on the loose is a very serious matter. I might have to call the Navy." "I forgot to close the bedroom curtain," said Jesse, "and I couldn't sleep, so I watched the light go around and around, and I counted 15 seconds between each flash, and then I fell asleep again." "Well, some people count sheep," Uncle Wayne smiled. "You know what? That lighthouse was built over 100 years ago. There's a chain of them all along the coast, but the Sunshine Cove lighthouse is the highest of the lot, 24 metres. "How high is that?" asked Erin. "Think of 6 houses stacked on top of one another," said Uncle Wayne. "That's how high the lighthouse is. It's like a giant traffic sign helping boats and ships to navigate, and warns them about the dangerous rocks." "Have you ever been to the top of the lighthouse, Uncle Wayne?" asked Jesse. "No, never have. I'd like to one day, but I'm afraid to go near the place." "You? Afraid?" "Too right," said Uncle Wayne. "Haven't you heard about the crazy old sea captain that lives in it?" "I've heard Grandma talk about a captain," said Jesse, "but I don't know anything about him." "Yeah, well, he's a mysterious character, all right. There's all sorts of stories floating around about him." "Like what?" asked Erin. "Well, some say he's not a real captain at all. They say he washed up here years ago on the run from the police, and the lighthouse is his hideout. They say if the police come for him, he'll barricade himself inside the lighthouse and live off tinned sardines and evaporated milk." "Ooh, gross," said Erin. "Others say that he is an old sea captain, but the captain of a pirate ship. He's got stolen treasure hidden inside the lighthouse, and that's why he won't let anybody in. They say he climbs to the top of the lighthouse every day, using his telescope to search the ocean for a ship he might recognise. A ship of old sea mates he double-crossed and who are coming for their share of the treasure." "Whoa," said Jesse. "But some say he's a smuggler," said Uncle Wayne. "They reckon there's a maze of secret passages under the lighthouse that go all the way down to the beach, and some stormy, moonless nights the captain turns off the lighthouse lantern so ships are wrecked on the rocks. He goes down to the beach and he steals the cargo and hides it. And the sailors who survive, he captures and keeps them prisoner in the passages where they'll never be found." "That's awful," said Erin. So no, I haven't been up to the top of the lighthouse, thank you very much, said Uncle Wayne. And I don't like my chances of ever going up there and living to talk about it. I wonder which story is true, said Jesse. Is the captain a criminal on the run, or a pirate, or a smuggler? Oh, I wouldn't like to say, said Uncle Wayne. But the lighthouse was fully automated 2 years ago. There's no need for a lighthouse keeper at all. Yet that old captain stays holed up inside and hardly ever comes out. Doesn't have visitors, never smiles, doesn't stop for a chat with anyone. Uncle Wayne didn't say any more. He stood up and wound his fishing line up so fast the dinghy rocked from side to side. I've got a bite, he said. Oh, this could be the big one. Days later, the twins' grandma called them into the post office. Jesse and Erin stayed with their grandma at Sunshine Cove during the school holidays. Their grandma ran the local post office from the front of her weatherboard house in the main street. She also took in dry cleaning and had souvenirs for the tourists to buy. Buckets and spades, fridge magnets and postcards. A lot of the postcards showed photographs of the Sunshine Cove Lighthouse. I have a job for you two, said Grandma. I need you to deliver a few books for me. They're not too heavy and I've boxed them up. I just can't leave the post office right now. Sure, Grandma, said Jessie. Who do we deliver them to? Grandma gave Erin the box. The captain who lives in the lighthouse, she said. Erin nearly dropped the box. I'm not delivering that, she said, trying to hand it back. Now, I know it's hot and it's a bit of an uphill walk, but here's some money to buy an ice block on the way home, said Grandma. But Grandma, said Erin, we might not make it back home. It's not the walk we're worried about, said Jessie. It's the captain. He's really a pirate. Or a criminal on the run, said Erin. Or a smuggler, said Jessie. We're not sure which one. But whichever one he is, if we walk up there, said Erin, we'll be goners. Oh, nonsense, said Grandma. What imaginations. You take that box of books to the captain. He's waiting for it. But Grandma, said the twins. I don't want to hear another word, said Grandma. You take that box to the lighthouse and you hand it over to the captain. Soon the twins were standing at the foot of the lighthouse. They looked up at the white rendered walls towering overhead. In front of them was a thick wooden door. Erin handed Jessie the box. I guess I should knock, said Jessie. I bet he already knows we're here, said Erin. I bet he was watching us through his telescope all the way up the road. I just hope he doesn't think we're undercover police or pirates in disguise or... Erin, said Jessie, you're not helping. Sorry. Jessie knocked 3 times on the old door. Nothing happened, so he knocked again, a little louder. The door of the lighthouse opened and the captain, a man as wide as the stern of Uncle Wayne's tinny, stood in front of them, his bushy eyebrows frowning in annoyance. If you're going to knock on my door, then knock. Be a man about it. Jessie gulped. He threw the box of books at the captain. He dropped the ice block money on the ground, but he did not stop to pick it up, and neither did Erin. They ran down the hill all the way back to the post office. Oh my goodness, you two look hot, said Grandma when they came running through the doorway. You'd better get back out into the kitchen and get a drink of water. I am never going back to that lighthouse, said Erin at the sink. I should have told him not to be so rude, said Jesse, unhappy with himself. I should have told him to be grateful we bought the box to him. Instead, I ran like a rabbit and dropped our money. I've a good mind to walk back up to that lighthouse and thump on that door, and when the captain opens it, I'll tell him what I really think of him. Jesse, Erin, Grandma called. There's someone here to see you. The twins walked into the post office, and there at the counter was the captain. Here's your chance, whispered Erin. Come here, you two, said Grandma. The twins edged closer, but Erin half hid behind Grandma. The captain has something to say to you, said Grandma. The captain looked gruff and scratched his scraggly beard, as if wondering what to say. Finally, he put his hand in his pocket and pulled out some coins. Drop this, he said. It was their ice block money. He held it out to them. You can keep it, said Erin. Please don't lock me in a secret passage under the lighthouse. I'm not a pirate or a police officer. I'm only 10. What are you talking about, Erin? Said Grandma. Come on, Jessie, take the money. What's the matter with you? It was good of the captain to bring it to you. Now, Phyllis, said the captain. What was the captain doing calling their grandma by her first name? Oh, the fault is mine, he said. I scared them. You know our grandma? Jessie asked. Of course he knows me, said Grandma. We've both lived here for over 60 years. We've known each other since Sunday school. Well, Phyllis, now you've gone and made me feel like weak old fish bait sitting in the sun and just as smelly. I can see from the children's faces they're shocked that I even went to Sunday school. I'm not surprised with the way I've been acting. Well, seeing you've brought that up, said Grandma, why haven't you been to church lately? Why have you been hiding yourself away in that lighthouse? Said the captain. Oh, I guess I got my feelings hurt a while ago and I just haven't been back. But God's been showing me I've been getting grumpier and grumpier. I've let unforgiveness turn me into a crusty old clam. Oh, that's so sad, said Erin, stepping out from behind Grandma. You're not a smuggler or a pirate at all, are you? No, just a retired merchant seaman. But when I saw the fear on your faces, I knew I was a long way from behaving how a Christian should. Uncle Wayne told us all sorts of things about you, said Jessie. Oh, that Wayne, said Grandma. Why is it fishermen love to tell such whoppers? Half of Sunshine Cove thinks I'm up to no good, said the captain. But that's because I haven't been shining my light. No, that's not true, said Jessie. Your light woke me up just the other night. Oh, the lighthouse lantern is working, said the captain. I meant the light of Jesus that should be shining out of me. Oh, that was a memory verse at kids' church, said Erin. You are the light of the world, a town built on a hill that cannot be hidden. That's the one. Jesus said, you don't put your lamp under a bowl, said Jessie. You put it on a stand so everyone can see it. Just like the lighthouse that's up so high so ships can see its light and be safe. That's right. Let your light shine before others, quoted the captain, so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. I haven't been shining my light. That's why you and half the people in the town have believed the stories about me. I've been hiding my light under a bowl, so how were you to know that I love Jesus? No one could follow my strong, steady light that leads to him. Time for a change then, said Grandma. Overdue, I'd say, said the captain. The following Saturday, the twins and Uncle Wayne were standing at the top of the lighthouse. They were taking turns looking through the captain's telescope. "I can see a cargo ship," said Jesse. "No, wait, I can see a whale." "Oh, let me see," said Erin, grabbing for the telescope. "Oh, that reminds me," said Uncle Wayne. "Did I ever tell you about the time I caught a whale on my fishing line? Oh, it towed me all the way up to North Queensland." Oh. Thanks for watching. Go to kuikidsministry.com.au and you can read the story for yourself and download the colouring sheet for free. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.